Okay.
I think it might be
that old lady on the bus.
I bet you she's a Skrull.
That dang old lady.
I'm going to go Captain Marvel, who is the Jude Law's character. I'm going to go Jude Law's character and say he is.
No, Jude Law is Dumbledore.
Yeah, he's Dumbledore.
He's not
Skrull?
Captain Marvel. He's Dumbledore,
He's
and
also
he's sending Brie Larson to France.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that he's probably going to be a Skrull.
There's a good chance at that.
And he's also going to go to Mordor.
With the One Ring.
Yeah, with the One Ring.
And he's just going to walk into Mordor with the wand and the ring and just be like, I'm here!
I've got it all!
I can just see Thanos teleporting there, picking up the One Ring for his other hand.
Can't fit it on a finger.
But he has the reality. So he could also
Who needs gems? I have the One Ring to rule them all.
No, I could see it being Jude Law's character, but I also could see it being Coulson, which I hope. Gosh, if they do something with Coulson, I hope they don't make him do something too bad and too horrible.
I hope he
love
dies
Coulson.
and they have to bring him back. And actually, when
my
he's brought
gosh.
back in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually the second time he's
You know
been
what I
brought
actually find funny is that
Bill
they've
Nye
signed,
the Science
Well,
Guy.
they signed on one more season of S.H.I.E.L.D.
back. Right. It's funny because it's so stupid.
Agreed. I think they've definitely jumped the shark. They've taken it one step too far already.
One step. They should have ended it 4 seasons ago.
You mentioned S.H.I.E.L.D. The bar that they meet in,
yes. I was going to remind you to talk about this.
I don't know if you remember. It looks like the same bar from an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where the S.H.I.E.L.D. has a hidden base underneath it. Which could be the base where they go into, where it looks like they're in some sort of base or bunker.
Every bubble-blowing baby will be beaten senseless by every able-bodied person featured in the bar.
Yes.
I think it might be the same one, which I think that's just a little cool that there was connection between this movie and possibly the TV show with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Because it's really the first time.
They do have a season where they have to go underground at a secret bunker that hasn't been used in a long time.
I'm okay with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. having a tie-in to the movie as long as the season that they are in ties into all the movies and it just doesn't go rogue like it has done in the past.
Speaking of rogue...
Ooh.
It's apparent that Fox is gonna.
Good segue.
I was gonna say, not good.
I thought you were going to talk about Rogue One. I'm like, please, no. Please, no.
No, though I did rewatch that the other day, and it's not as bad as I remember it, but it's also not
bad.
good. But either way, we're not talking about that.
Sure.
It would appear, because even Kevin Feige is now talking
Feige,
about
Feige.
this, that a deal is semi-imminent between Marvel and Fox.
Probably within a month
To get-
month to 2 months time.
And I think Marvel already knows what they want to do the moment they have the rights
right.
to do it.
The big thing, though, that came out of this, and I'm paraphrasing this. Actually, you're the one that posted the article.
I
Why
did.
Why don't you explain this?
I am going to paraphrase it. It was actually 2 different sites that posted that they interviewed Kevin Feige at the Golden Globe Awards.
And he's quitting the MCU to go own a vineyard on Mount Sinai.
Yes.
We're not sure why.
And he's going to grow whatever Thanos
Whatever
grew.
grows.
Yeah, whatever Thanos grew.
Olives.
Yeah, it was like mini corns or something. Yeah.
That's what he was growing. In all the Chinese food, you know?
Yeah, the mini corns, yeah.
Thanos is supplying those.
How dare he.
Headcanon accepted.
Thanos is the one throwing fortune cookies at the fortune cookies.
Mind blown.
I'm in for the headcanon.
Well, according to the articles,
Right.
Which I actually posted on the Weekly Nerd Facebook page as well, what's going to happen is they're going to get these characters, and they already have a plan in place. Now, what the plan in place entails is that it's going to be mostly Disney Plus streaming stuff. And I'm actually okay
I'm
with
all right
a
with
lot
that.
of that stuff
Yep.
going over to Disney Plus because you know what? That is a ton of material. It's a huge ton of material.
And I personally believe that the X-Men are better suited for a TV show than a movie.
I agree.
To be honest, but please
I agree.
continue.
No, I agree. And everybody was up in arms about what's going to happen to Wolverine, what's going to happen to Deadpool. You know what? Not everybody's problem. Not everybody's problem because you know what? They're going to get their own shows. They're going to be the number one cameos for different movies.
Yeah.
And according to, I think it was, what was it, Google or Amazon, somebody had leaked that Wolverine is supposed to be in Endgame.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
And Drucker and I talked about this. Let's just put this to bed. There is no way that Wolverine is in Endgame. Hugh Jackman can be in Endgame, but there is not a chance that Wolverine is in Endgame. They don't own the rights to him yet.
And the movie's done filming.
Right.
Well, if they get the rights before it hits the screens,
they
can use him. But it needs to be post credit.
They would have had to have already filmed the scene with him,
right?
Exactly.
And Drucker mentioned it could be a post credit thing, but I don't think I think it's very possible Hugh Jackman makes an appearance.
He could.
I'm not saying he is. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
There's like a 0.01% chance that the
think
character
they'll call
of
him
Wolverine exactly is in this movie.
Just some guy or whatever. I don't know, but.
Right, it's Hugh Jackman.
Cool.
Hugh Jackman runs in and is snapped out of existence. What if at the beginning of the movie it's Hugh Jackman snapped out of existence? I'm done. I can't see him die twice.
Oh yeah, no. That'd be
3
horrible.
times if you count Les Mis. Oh gosh,
Les Mis.
yeah, I love Les Mis.
Oh, what happened in The Greatest Showman? Did you watch?
Never
that?
watched it.
No.
I know he dances.
Yeah, I thought he died.
He might.
I don't know.
If Hugh Jackman dies in The Greatest Showman, please let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Either way.
And also fill out the poll form on the live stream as well. What movie are you really anticipating? What are you?
What are you
expecting?
talking about? What poll?
I put a poll on the live
Where?
stream.
How?
did it fit?
I
don't know how to get to it.
I don't think you did because I don't see it anywhere.
I don't know how to post it. I don't know.
I quit.
I give up too.
Goodbye. So basically, the whole point of it is that Feige has basically said, by what you're reading into his comments, right, that the X-Men won't exist as part of the MCU like we think they will. And the big one is that characters that have already been seen, like Cyclops and Wolverine and Storm and Jean Grey and these characters, won't necessarily be characters. And I think that would be a huge misstep. Wolverine is the only character in an X-Men movie so far that I think you'd have to wait to make again. There has not been an iconic Cyclops. There has not been an iconic Storm. There has not been an...
there is. Halle Berry.
Is not an iconic character. I'm sorry.
Well,
she wasn't bad. I'm not saying she was a bad
yeah.
Storm, but Hugh Jackman is the only one that you can look at and seriously go, listen.
I agree.
And so...
I mean, except for, what's his name? It's Professor X.
You could
Oh,
still,
well, right.
But James McAvoy, I thought, did a decent Professor X.
Right, and you can't have the X-Men really without Professor X, so I wasn't counting him. Or a Magneto.
I think they want to be careful not to do similar storylines that have already come out.
And here's the thing, right? You can still make the X-Men without Wolverine because he was not part of the X-Men for years at its inception.
Yeah.
And so you can do it. Really, who you need? Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Professor X.
Well, I think one thing
I would like a Storm and an Iceman and such.
I would actually like, and because of what that, how he was asked, Feige also said he had big plans for the major X-Men.
Yeah.
And now Storm, I don't know if you know, but she actually marries
she marries Black Panther in the comics.
And introducing her maybe in Black Panther 2.
Yes.
That would be
as
an interesting
the Queen
way
of
to
Wakanda.
do it.
Yeah.
And introducing mutants through that.
It would be great.
That would actually be very interesting.
Yeah.
Because they do have to somehow, and Drucker and I talked about this, they do have to somehow introduce mutants into if they get this, because you can't just be like, oh, look, mutants. And we talked about, maybe something with reversing the snap changes things so that mutants now exist. Now, it wouldn't happen in Endgame. But later on, you see that mutants start to exist because of an expulsion of energy or something like that happens in defeating Thanos and reversing the effects of the snap. That's one way they could do it. But you can't just, I'm sorry, they couldn't just be like, okay, mutants haven't really existed, been mentioned in any way, shape, or form for 10 years, 18, 20 movies. Oh, look.
genetic
Mutants?
mutation.
The closest thing we have
I think it's
is...
got to be a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
I-
what they'll probably do is they'll make Scarlet Witch the first official mutant.
Or have her... The other thing they could do is have her literally create mutant kind. She has done that. She has both wiped out and created mutant kind in the comics. So they could have her, in some expulsion of her power, create mutants.
But
That's a possibility, assuming she comes back from the snap, which I think
true.
we all, at this point, think that
Oh, yeah,
they will.
yeah. I think they're only getting rid of actually, let's say 4 or 5 characters.
I think Loki stays dead. I don't think Loki's coming
Yeah,
back.
I think what's his name?
Heimdall stays dead.
Heimdall dead.
Yep.
Loki dead.
Half of Asgard dead.
Captain America
Dead.
And
Iron
I
Man's
think,
dead.
I think Iron Man's going to retire.
No, I think both of them are dead.
Captain America saves everybody by risking
Here's
his
the
life
thing.
for
I
everyone
know
else.
that Iron Man dies because I was on set and literally shot Robert Downey Jr.
it's horrible.
I wanted to make sure he died in the movie. So I just stood up there with my rifle, like in Battlefield 5.
But you can't because he
and
has
it took
nanotech.
18 shots.
I'll take that as a confession.
But he has nanotech.
No, I think of the heroes, and we've talked about this
Yeah.
at times, of the heroes that are still alive, I think Cap and Iron Man die, and I don't think anyone else does, because to have somebody else like Thor or Black Widow or Hulk or something like that die, it would take away from them, from their sacrifice dying. I
Agreed.
think that Loki is already dead, he stays dead. Heimdall's already dead, he stays dead. I think Gamora's coming back. I think everybody that was snapped out of existence is coming back, and this is a change of tune from where I was before. But I don't see how you can bring back some people and not others.
Do
at this
you
point.
think that Red Skull will be out of the Soul Stone?
Well, he's not in the Soul Stone. He's just on the planet. I don't think they're really going to do much with like Red Skull and stuff like that. I think that
Do you think that part's done?
yes, because especially if they're killing Captain America, he's a Captain
Yeah.
America villain.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know. That doesn't mean he doesn't show up in this
I think
movie.
I think he'll be in Endgame. I'm not saying he won't be in Endgame. I just think
as far
that
as going beyond that,
right, the storylines for the villains we have previously seen, I think, are finished and done.
and it
with.
wouldn't surprise me if we see other previous villains in this movie in some regard. Like, I don't know if you see like an Ultron appearance or, I don't know. I think
Maybe this time we'll have the few minutes of Ultron. What's his name? Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
Not High Jackman.
Huge.
Jackman.
Huge Jackman.
Die in Infinity War. No, what's the name of the movie now?
show.
Showman.
Greatest Showman. All right.
I've asked an expert. But you know what an expert is.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a drip under pressure.
Yeah.
Got him!
Real quick before we wrap up, because I
We're
just
wrapping
wanna
up?
ask, what
Yeah,
did
we're gonna wrap up.
What did you think of the Punisher trailer?
I think
Or
it was
Punisher
stupid.
Season 2.
I gotta be honest, I might not even
And,
watch
and
it.
Tony, I haven't heard your thoughts, so I'm curious. What did you feel of Punisher Season 2?
I mean, it was a teaser trailer. It wasn't really all that exciting to
But
me.
are you
either,
excited
but-
for the the season?
I like Punisher. I like the series, regardless of the poo poo.
He's going to be canceled in 2 weeks. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
And that's the problem. There's no lasting impact from any of these now, because I go, okay, this is going to be his last season, and Drucker and I were talking about this. There's no guarantee Jessica Jones is coming out.
Yeah,
They might stop it. I don't know if it's done.
it's
filming yet,
definitely coming out.
I hope they stop it. Dear God.
Here's the thing. Well, when you have Vincent D'Onofrio trying to run a poll, or not a poll, but he's trying to get people to sign a petition to keep Daredevil for one more season.
I would sign that. Where's the paper?
You have to go online. You could actually look up Vincent D'Onofrio.
Can I sign it more than
Petition.
once?
I'd probably not.
Sam Brush.
But
Why
he
did this
has-
guy sign 1,382 times? Where did he get the time for this? Time, Joe. Jeff.
I replicated myself like Doctor Strange.
I don't care to watch it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be it is what it is.
I'll
type
probably
of moment.
watch it because I did like Punisher Season 1.
Me too.
But I'm not excited for it at all. I thought Punisher Season 1 was really, really good. And in fact, it ended so perfectly that it didn't need another season because his character developed enough that I felt like it was a perfect conclusion.
But they sure are.
And what
gonna do
concerns
it.
me is that this season is just released just to make another season, and it's not
Yeah.
going to be very well put together, like the first one was.
Yeah.
Because the first one was really good.
Terrible.
And I know Daredevil was an exception, where each season I thought was really good, but season 3 I thought was had a perfect conclusion. It didn't need another one, but they clearly expected to have another one.
Yes, they did.